Rain hammered against the restaurant windows as Emily twisted the napkin in her hands, watching the clock on the wall tick toward 8 p.m. Her first date in 5 years, and she already knew he wasn't coming. She tried to laugh it off. "Classic, Emily," she whispered. "Even your blind dates ghost you." Across town, Daniel Carter, a single father and CEO of a tech firm, was running late again. His 6-year-old daughter, Lily, sat in the back seat, swinging her legs and watching her dad fumble with his tie at a red light. "Daddy, you said you're going to meet someone tonight," she said softly. "Is she nice?" "I don't know, sweetheart." "I hope so." He smiled tiredly. "It's been a long time since Daddy met anyone." Lily's gaze drifted out the window, landing on a small figure through the rain, a woman standing under a flickering restaurant sign, alone, her shoulders drooping as if the weight of the night had fallen on her. "Daddy," Lily said suddenly, tugging his sleeve, "stop the car. She looks like Mommy." Daniel blinked, startled. His late wife, Claire, had been gone for 3 years. The thought made his chest tighten. "Lily. Please," she whispered. "Maybe she's sad too." Something in her voice, innocent and certain, made him pull over. When Daniel and Lily walked into the restaurant, Emily was just gathering her purse. The hostess gave them a curious look as Lily marched straight up to the lonely woman. "Hi," the little girl chirped. "You can sit with us. Daddy was supposed to meet someone, but maybe it's you." Emily froze, halfway between confusion and laughter. "Oh, sweetheart, I think you're Daddy." Daniel caught up, flustered. "Lily, that's not how blind dates work." But Emily's tired eyes met his, and something quiet passed between them, recognition, or maybe shared exhaustion. The hostess, relieved someone was taking a table, smiled. "3 then?" Daniel hesitated, but Emily shrugged. "Why not? I was just about to have dinner alone." They talked. At first awkwardly, Daniel, the overworked CEO who didn't know what to say anymore, Emily, the single mom working 2 jobs, who hadn't had anyone ask about her day in years. Lily, of course, did all the talking. She told them about her favorite storybooks, her school friends, and how her mom used to bake star-shaped cookies. Emily listened, smiling gently, her heart warming and breaking all at once. By dessert, Lily was laughing so hard she spilled her chocolate milk. Emily rushed to help her, dabbing her dress, tucking a stray curl behind the little girl's ear. Daniel froze. Because in that moment, with Emily crouched beside his daughter, smiling through the mess, she really did look like Claire. Not in her face, but in her kindness. After dinner, they walked out into the drizzle. Emily insisted on paying for her share, but Daniel shook his head. "Let me," he said quietly. "You've given us more than you realize." She frowned. "I didn't do anything." He smiled faintly. "You showed up." 2 weeks later, Emily was back at the diner where she worked, hair tied up, apron smudged, counting tips, when the door jingled. Lily ran in first, holding a drawing. "It's us," she announced proudly. "You, me, Daddy, and Mommy in heaven watching." Emily's throat tightened. Daniel appeared behind her, holding 2 cups of coffee. "I was hoping," he said, a little shyly, "you'd let me return the favor." Dinner. No blind date, no accidents. Just us. She looked from the drawing to Lily's bright eyes, and then to Daniel's nervous smile. For the first time in years, her heart said yes before her mind could protest. Months later, at Lily's school art fair, the little girl introduced Emily to her teacher as "my second mom." Daniel's hand found Emily's, and she whispered, "I didn't know kindness could find its way back like this." He smiled. "Sometimes, it just takes a little girl to see what we're too broken to notice." That night, as they drove home under the streetlights, Lily dozed in the back seat, clutching Emily's hand. "Daddy," she murmured sleepily. "Yeah, sweetheart? She really does look like Mommy." Daniel glanced at Emily, her face soft, illuminated by the glow of the dashboard, and whispered. "Maybe that's because she has the same kind of heart." Sometimes, the people meant to heal us don't arrive in grand moments, they appear in small acts of kindness, in a child's pure heart, in the courage to show up when everything feels empty. Love doesn't always find us in perfect places. Sometimes, it finds us at a lonely table. On a rainy night, when we least expect it. The next morning, Emily woke to a message from Daniel. Breakfast with us? Lily insists. Her first instinct was to say no. She was tired, overworked, and hesitant. But then she thought of Lily's earnest smile the night before and felt a tug at her heart. She typed back, "I'll be there." At the cafe, Lily ran straight into Emily's arms, nearly knocking over a tray of pastries in the process. Daniel chuckled, a sound she realized she hadn't heard in years. Unguarded, genuine, warm. Over scrambled eggs and orange juice, the three of them laughed over Lily's exaggerated stories of schoolyard adventures. Emily noticed how Daniel's eyes softened when he watched Lily, and she felt a quiet thrill of possibility, a family forming in front of her eyes. After breakfast, they strolled through a nearby park. The morning sun glimmered on wet leaves from the night's rain, painting the city in gold. Lily skipped ahead, glancing back to make sure Emily and Daniel were following. "Do you think Mommy would like it here?" she asked softly, swinging on a low branch. Emily knelt beside her, placing a gentle hand on her shoulder. "I think she'd be so proud. And I know she'd be smiling at you right now." Daniel, standing a few feet away, felt a lump in his throat. He realized that the emptiness he'd felt since Claire's passing was slowly being replaced, not by forgetting, but by opening his heart again. Weeks turned into months. Emily became a steady presence in their lives, attending school plays, celebrating Lily's small victories, and sharing quiet evenings with Daniel. The bond that had started as a chance encounter grew into a family built on kindness, trust, and shared joy. One evening, Daniel found himself watching Emily and Lily bake cookies in his kitchen. The smell of cinnamon and chocolate filled the air. Lily looked up at Emily with wide eyes. "You know what, Emily," she said. "You really do look like Mommy." Emily smiled, kneeling to hug her. "Only in the ways that matter," she whispered. Daniel watched them, a full heart settling in his chest. He realized something profound. Love isn't about replacing the past. It's about letting kindness and generosity guide you forward, about noticing the people who step into the cracks of our lives when we need them most. That night, as the little family sat on the couch watching old movies, Lily fell asleep leaning against Emily. Daniel held both of them close, feeling a warmth he hadn't known he was capable of feeling again. In the quiet, Emily whispered, "Thank you for giving me a chance, for letting me be part of this." Daniel kissed her forehead. "No," he said softly. "Thank you for showing us that love doesn't have to wait for perfect timing. Sometimes, it just shows up, and all we have to do is notice it." Outside, the city lights shimmered, the world moving fast and unrelenting. Inside, three hearts beat gently in unison, proof that sometimes, the simplest acts of kindness, a smile, a shared meal, a little girl's insistence, can change everything. And in that moment, Emily, Daniel, and Lily understood, love doesn't always arrive on schedule. But when it comes, it has the power to fill the emptiness, heal the past, and create a future bright with hope.